Hello everyone, welcome back to FTLG X McCrathon for the Love of the 90s Marathon. We are continuing with the second half of our Sonic block. We have got Spectral here. He's brought along S2 to commentate on his run of SegaSonic the Hedgehog. Take it away.
Hello everyone, I'm Spectral, and today I'm going to be running SegaSonic the Hedgehog. And yes, Sega is a part of the name, and this is an obscure Japanese platformer for arcade. And on the commentary with me, I have...
Hello, I'm S2.
He's a great runner of the game, world record holder, so he's going to be helping me out with the commentary today.
Tied world record holder.
That is true. Alright, so I'll start the game momentarily here. I have three characters, Sonic, Ray, Mighty, so is there any preference which character I choose?
Don't pick Sonic.
Don't pick Sonic. Okay, then Mighty it is. The countdown starts in... hold on, I'll just reset because the countdown is so fast on the character select. I'll count down from 5. Okay, the run starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is very different than most of Sonic and the Gang's outings. This is a little isometric platformer, which makes it very interesting to kind of control through, especially because the original control scheme on arcade for this game was a trackball, which, as you can imagine, is very hard to emulate and very wonky as it is. So the way you're going to be seeing Spectral moving is pretty well demonstrated in the first stretch here. Once he lands on a volcanic vault, I believe it's called.
Yes.
You're going to see him kind of wiggling back and forth between directions to get down this slope, to get kind of at the right angle, and he's actually already perfectly performed the first glitch of the game, the boulder glitch. There should be a boulder there that was chasing him that he has managed to make invisible. So just kind of moving through the rest of this level here, we're going to see there is only one move that he can do, which is jumping. So it's a very simple control scheme here, and the game's pretty linear, just kind of pushing him in the right direction. But Spec here, with the skills he has, is just going to be moving through it, blazing through extremely fast.
The first level of the game is quite simple. It's almost a tutorial-like level, but I feel like the difficulty scales up really steeply at being an arcade game.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of moments that the game is really trying to kill you to get coins out of you. So there's a lot of difficulty, especially later on in the game.
I think Icy Isles is already, this level is Icy Isles. It's already a big step up there in terms of like camera movement, like, you know, getting the camera unstuck. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for those of you who are paying attention so far, the levels have alliterated names, and that is a theme that continues through the whole game.
Right, monkey bar skip.
Yeah, so that death that Spectral took by falling off was actually intentional there. It saves the tiniest bit of time, but it actually does become a little bit of a problem to lose health there, because we need a certain amount of health for a trick later on in the game.
I don't know if I got that. We'll see. Oh, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, Icy Isles. So the naming of this game is quite strange, SegaSonic, and I think the rumor goes that they lost license to Sonic in the middle of development, and they had to like change the name of a lot of these games that were released around the same time frame to SegaSonic.
Yeah, there's a few games and some other promotional merchandise that uses the SegaSonic branding. Spectral, I believe you speedrun one of the other SegaSonic games in the series, SegaSonic Bros, unreleased puzzle game.
Yes, it is, and I can almost see why it was never released, because it's almost too easy to like not lose any lives, and that doesn't really fit the arcade format. Oof, my first death.
Understand. Ooh.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
So this is what I was referring to earlier a little bit, not that specific trick here, but as you can see, that took a lot of health out of his health bar, and we need to be able to tank a hit later on to skip the boss of this game, so it is very imperative that you do runs without getting hit too often to have enough health to get through that specific section. So
I'm already slotting in some coins in case I need to take an intentional death because there are not that many rings here. So the main way of your main health pickup is rings in this game. The other way is collecting enough rings to get a bonus, which gives you a huge health boost, but it's slow, so we are not going to be going for that.
Yes, rings not only give you health, but they also add to a little bonus counter at the end of each level. There's you get bonus points towards your score because it's an arcade machine, but you can get bonus points towards your score if you pick up enough rings. And there actually is a second category on the leaderboards, the all bonuses, where you get a bonus in each level. Me and Spec have both run that. I think I'd probably say I prefer the beat the game category at the moment.
I don't think I'll be going back to that category. It's quite difficult with keyboard because we don't have fine control like options. It can get very challenging.
But it is an option for the completionist out there who is interested in the game. So we're already about halfway through the game.
Oh, that's not
it's
good.
Relatively short.
Okay, at least I took my death. At least I miscounted the platforms.
Yeah. Luckily, that'll be good for the boss skip.
That is true. So that was an intentional death.
Yep.
Well, let's go with that.
That was planned.
Okay, so the ladder skip, I guess, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. So because of the isometric nature, you can get a little bit higher up on the right side of this ladder, which actually just lets us climb through these bombs here without getting damaged, which is a massive time save. Absolutely huge. And now we are coming up on Wild Waterways, which is...
No, not yet. Landslide.
Oh, no, you're right. Landslide Limbo. Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up here. We're coming up on Landslide Limbo, which is the level that has the boss in it. Yes, it's not the final level. It's just kind of smack dab right in the middle of the game. And so we're going to see, nothing too huge up until that point. But then there's going to be a boss, which I don't know how tight the timing or the window is to hit it, but it is not a consistent trick.
It is not easy. Yeah, I think there might be some pixels which we could never quite look into it, right? But
yeah, everybody keep your fingers crossed here for
I only have one attempt at that trick, so if I don't get it, I'll just do the regular way. It's fine, but it is a big time save and it looks really cool if I get it.
Also, shout out to Spectral for taking the top route here. It's a little meme between runners on which half of that you take.
I can't believe we have runners that take the bottom road.
I know, what a silly thing. Alright, the boss is at the top of this hill here, so...
Oh, unfortunately.
It's too bad, but it happens. So, the boss skip, I will go into explaining it, even though you didn't hit it, because there's not too much going on here. You can get stuck between two hitboxes and just get one hit per frame on the boss, basically, so you can turn the 10 hits that Spec has already breeze through into one singular hit, and it is once again a very big time save. Another section of the run that is quite tricky to pull off, but very rewarding. Now we're coming into Wild Waterways. This level is quite unpopular with new runners, quite unpopular with even skilled runners, to be honest. It's a little bit crazy, but the first section here is not very crazy. Spec is going to be holding down and right, and he is also going to be holding his breath, because that is very much a tradition that we do here. Is Mighty's got to be holding his breath under the water, so out of solidarity, Spec is going to hold his breath too. Hopefully he can make it. This is actually a little bit longer of a section here. It's I don't know, maybe 30 seconds or so of walking, so maybe not that long, but it's definitely long. You definitely got to have good lung capacity to make it through this. And right here is the little ladder that we're going to be climbing out of. And there you go.
All right. So
You made
now
it.
the game gets really, really difficult for whatever reason.
So not only is this pretty insanely precise to jump through without falling off these rafts, nearly impossible honestly, but if you fall off, the game tends to just spawn you over the water and make you fall in repeatedly, so it can be still.
That wasn't the worst Wild Waterways, but as Stu was saying, if you die once, the game will always place you in a corner, and then as soon as you try to move, you'll fall off again, and you can chain many, many deaths here.
Yeah, it's certainly a good way to lose lives fast. So now we're coming up on the final level of the game. This one is quite interesting. It's very similar to Trap Tower that we've seen before, where you're just kind of running through straight sections where things drop on you, but this time we actually are allowed to jump over them, and so it's up to the runner to determine what cycle these things are on, how they're going to drop, and figure out if you should jump over them or run under them or wait for them to go back up. So a lot of timing, a lot of muscle memory, a lot of practice goes into this level. There's 2 sections of it, and then the final descent of the game, with quite the banger track, might I add. Unfortunately,
It's
obscured
muted by the alarm.
Yeah, but this is like Spec was saying earlier. This is near the end of the game. That last level
taking a
that
lot
we've
of deaths
seen.
here, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that last level and this one are just hugely difficulty spiked compared to the rest of the game.
Yeah, we memorize a route and stick with it, so the slightest adjustment means basically death sentence for a run. It's really difficult to recover from that.
Yep.
But I can do this here, I suppose.
Alright, we're coming up on the final room. I guess the final stairway.
I did not get the trick I tried.
Oh man. There is a little graphical glitch you can get there. It doesn't do anything, but it's some swag points, if you will. So now Spec just has to run to the bottom of this ramp, and there will be a door that he has to fit out of, and that'll be the end of the game. So.
And if you don't get to the door here, I think in the countdown, that's time, by the way.
Yep.
You get the bad ending, and there's no repeat. Quite cruel, this game.
So yeah, that was SegaSonic the Hedgehog.
Quite a fine game, very fast-paced, very difficult, I would say, for casual play.
Oh yeah. Especially with how fast you play. Definitely would call that fast-paced. Incredible run, my friend. Good game.
Thank you, thank you. Quite a bit of that's not very common. Usually we do deathless runs, but actually a lot of our runs do die to very small tricks. Special platforming gets very tight towards the end of the game. It was an interesting showcase of some of the Sonic characters too, right? Mighty and Raid are very sparsely included in the other games in the franchise.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is their debut game, and Ray didn't get another game until Sonic Mania.
Oh wow.
So pretty cool little origin for these guys. And here's the ending cutscene that we love so much.
Eggman drowned. Good game. Alright, that was SegaSonic the Hedgehog, everyone.
Awesome. That was a really fun little run. Really good. All right, we are going to go to a very quick break just because Spectral now needs to swap over to his other run. So don't go anywhere because we've got Sonic's Schoolhouse coming up in just a couple of minutes.